Hey, it's the Lighting Trade School podcast. Yeah, blah, 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 lighting. Wow, words are fucking hard today, boys.
Oh, that's one.
Liberty,
that's one.
The Lighting Trade School podcast. I am Captain Matt. This is Glow Daddy Shane Duffy and Nate the Illuminator Mullen. And I'm going to pass it off to Shane to talk, but while I find out how to speak. So, Shane, what are we going to talk about today?
Hey, we were going to talk about productivity killers. What are some of the top 3 things that folks do that they might not even realize are just killing efficiency and productivity?
Sweet. I love it. We should make it a little series, do maybe one topic each podcast. I know I'm not going to name drop, but there's one guy that we see on all the Illuminati Lounge Club. That's our monthly or a weekly call, guys, with all 3 of us, an hour long. Go check out lightingtradeschool.com, Illuminati Lounge Club. He's always at Home Depot every day. Every time I talk to him, at Home Depot. So I know that's got to be a huge productivity killer because it's not just one time, right? We all have to make runs out to the big box stores sometimes. But I mean, if you're doing it every day, Nate, you've been in the game, talk to everybody. Is having to make a stop at the Home Depot daily just normal for contractors, and that's okay?
I think it's extremely normal. And I can tell you my guys, when I was obviously very active in construction and working every day on lighting jobs, it was very active for my guys, right? They'd stop in there and it's such, I don't care what anybody says. I'm going to tell you, it's an hour to 2 hours every time you go in there. Yeah, they got to leave the job. They got to stop working. They got to put their tools up. They got to hit traffic. They go to Starbucks. They do whatever. And it's hours and hours and hours. And that translates to a lot of wasted time. So I got to the point to where, I had to get really angry and just disallow it, make sure everybody had a whiteboard. And this is really going back to where now when you get a statement, so anybody that does go to Home Depot, and we all do it, right? You get a statement from Home Depot that lists out every wire nut, every zip tie, every single thing that you buy. At least I do. Now, I don't know if they do it to everybody. So you can start analyzing what the hell are they buying it. Then you're going to start realizing that on your jobs, everything's repeatable, right? And even though obviously we're going to Home Depot for one reason, we didn't do a proper takeoff, right? That's just a fact. Right. Every job is the same that we do. There is no differences, right? We use the same zip ties, the same connectors, the same box, the same whatever at Home Depot, right? 99% of the time. So for me, it's just, for me, we get everything. I call it a blanket, and Amazon is real good at this. You got zip ties coming every month. You got this coming every month, right? You don't even there's no reason to go to Home Depot but once a month, right? It's just stupid. But I see it all the time, and it comes down to where you're just not planning, right? You're just
I'd say
takeoff.
Even if Home Depot is 5 minutes away, and I know this to be true because I'll do the run out, and it's 5 minutes. We're talking about I know where the thing is in the store. That's another 5 minutes. I'll be gone 15 minutes, guys. It's always at least an hour because even me, who wants that job to get done. Hey, well, I'm out. I might as well grab a coffee while I'm out. I'm out right now. That's not wasting any extra time. I got to use the bathroom when I'm here. The client doesn't have a bathroom at their house. So I'm going to go to the bathroom when I'm at Home Depot. And then, look at this Milwaukee tool that's on sale. Maybe this will help make, and all of a sudden it is 100% an hour. And then I get back. I'm giving the stuff to the guys. We're figuring it all out. So productivity is more than just the travel time, the shopping time, the travel time. It's the leaving and the arriving again. It's just no different when we want to finish a job in one day. If it's, if you have an hour left on that job, you don't want to come back tomorrow because that's 4 hours. It's like it's the service world math. One doesn't equal one.
Yeah. Well said.
So, and I think if, when you look at going to Home Depot, and you could say, well, it's lack of inventory control, right? Did I interrupt you, Shane? I felt we both got at the intersection at exactly the same fucking time, and I hit the accelerator before you did.
Probably you made it first. The louder person wins, and Nate will always
no contest.
Well, I was going to say it's lack of inventory control. Besides, maybe not doing a proper takeoff and proper pre-planning, right? It's lack of inventory control. right? Whether you have a trailer, whether you have a van, I don't know how you do your inventory, right? It's in the pack out, Milwaukee pack outs now. So you have to have proper inventory control.
Well, Amazon gets stuff so darn quick, right? Like or you got to really be poor planning or just not have much inventory to go to Home Depot, which it happens, right? The guys, hey, we don't have any more screws or whatever that they ran out of. That happens in Home Depot trips like we have to make, but it is rare. I mean, we use Amazon all the time for the little stuff. Like you said, little zip ties, screws, trash bags, and all that's Amazon. We don't go to the store for that stuff. It's way too costly.
It's
Yeah,
too
and I would
costly.
say normally when a guy has to run out to Home Depot, it's because they forgot something at the shop, right? And so then it goes to not even just inventory controls, but checklist, morning pack out, right? Like
Trailer
it does
organization.
matter. You know how many fucking circular saws and drills and all these things I have because we don't use them on every job. But then when we know it's on the list to bring and they don't bring it, of course, I'm like, I'm going to go buy it at Home Depot. I'll return it later. How many times
Well,
do
I
I
remember
return it?
Emma telling me that your trailer just isn't as organized as it could be.
Well, I mean, definitely my trailer is not organized, and that's a whole nother topic that
Those tools all stay on the trailer. Like it should never leave the trailer. The tools, the kits, the extra copper, like that.
Yeah.
That never ever leaves the trailer.
So you started to say it, and we learned this guy. I'll never, you can't not remember this saying: piss poor planning equals piss poor results, right? That's just inherently true, right?
Yeah.
But when you look at Home Depot, I learned a long time ago, like in construction, we always remember to order the light fixtures. We always remember to order, say, the transformer, right?
Well,
But you
even
forget
that
the
sometimes I
small
forget.
things, right? I know, but a lot of times you're at Home Depot, they forgot this thing that costs 25 cents, right?
Yeah.
They need the 2-screw connector, they need the kearney, they need the split bolt, they need the turnbuckle, right? And you're like, God damn it, that stupid 25-cent part just cost me $200 or $300, right?
Yeah.
Because I don't think you can even lose the side of what you just said, Matt. Right? You got 5 guys on the job and they're waiting for the turnbuckle and they can't finish the bistro lights. You're just wasting so much time, right?
Yeah.
So it's just unbelievable how when you talked about the list, right? So if you don't have organizations into certain tubbies, like say, if I was doing bistro lights, I don't care if it's 3 or 4 times a year, not only do I have a list, I have a tubby, right? That contains everything I need to do on the bistro lights.
A couple
right?
rubber duckies floating around this tubby or what?
Yeah. But
Nate is the king of that, right? And we learned
Yeah.
it from Nate, but Nate always has all these different cubbies or tubbies, as he says, and little kits of everything. So it's easy to go from connection to connection to connection or whatever job is doing that day, having everything you need on you. It's another productivity killer is going back and forth to the truck, looking for stuff. Oh, I forgot the cramps. Oh, I need a butt splits. I only grabbed 2 grease tubes. Now I'm doing the next connection. I got to do another 2 grease tubes. I didn't zip tie it. Whatever, copper cramps. And like you just go back and forth and then you take a sip of water and then you got to pee when you're up. It's, and then
well,
you got to look for somewhere to pee.
Just think when you're on a job and you got to go back and forth to the truck 10 times. Now we've all at our house. You're going to go do something simple at your house. You're like, fuck it. I'm just going to grab a screwdriver and this. And you're like, I forgot this. Oh, I forgot that. Oh, I need the level. Oh, I need this. And I mean, sometimes I make that mistake and it's like, God damn it. Then I go get my cart that has every tool on it. Right. So you just learn that everything wheels, just go get the cart. Right.
Yeah.
And we learned that in construction. I'm telling you, right. Going up and down a ladder more than once, you're an idiot. Right. Especially if you're on an extension ladder or something high, you're on a 2-foot step, still bad enough. But you're starting to get up at an 8-foot or extension ladder. You want to go up there one time, right?
Yeah.
Make sure you have everything in your tool belt. Make sure you have everything in a bucket, whatever you're doing, right?
Yeah,
And
my knees dislike the ladder as much as they once did.
Yeah. I'll say too, like, I'm back to using an inventory app, right? Honestly, before the transition I'm going through in the business, right? I always had a very strong use an inventory app. on the money, has low inventory alerts, all that shit. I stopped using it, and then I just started using it like this week because my guys last week were on a soffit lighting job. Said, Matt, we are out of soffit lights. We have no more lights. I'm like, what are you talking about? I know I ordered them. Nope, we don't have any. We have 2 bags. I said, okay, so I order them, and the way you order these is $4,000, right? So $4,000, I order them to have them on hand. I have them go on Monday morning and count. We had 732 lights. So that wasn't their fault, though. That was my fault for not having a system for them to use, right? So if you have, you can do that with a spreadsheet, you can do it with a whiteboard, you can do it with something. But if you have a consumable, whether it's, for Wagos, bread ties, connections, we have them as packs, right? So if you take a pack off the truck, or you take it out of the, the warehouse, all you do is you quick update it. And then that way I automatically get an email. Hey, low quantity alert on zip ties. Boom, make the order on Amazon. Like, you have to be real. Like, I'll forget, right? My guys will have told me, hey, Matt, we're out of zip ties. Oh yeah, I'll get that. You think I just order it on the spot? Nope, I forget. We're busy. So that's just another great tool. Is there's a bunch of apps out there that you can use to track that inventory, because on those consumables, no one knows how many zip ties you have, right? But if you don't have 10 packs at all times, why not? What's it cost you? $20-$30?
So I think the key thing that you said, Matt, was you need a system. I will never use that app system in a million years. It won't work for me. And there's 10 reasons why, but it just won't work for me. And there's 10 reasons why,
Sure.
Right? But I have to have a system. So any system that you can get to work for you is the best system,
Yes.
right? So for me, I have 2 things that to me are a no-brainer. Amazon chain, right? We have zip ties every, you go to Amazon and it's a recurring order, right? Whether it be toilet paper or paper towels or zip ties or no lot, whatever it is, right? Automatically comes every month. Sometimes I turn around and I got 15 bottles of no lot. It's like, holy shit, I can put that on hold now, right? What do I care, right? We use
That's how you got all those jellies.
Right. So I got all the jellies, right? So, recurring, orders, that you can stop and hold and change. It's so easy. And then, we use that little, which I know I've told you, a little Kanban system, a pull system. So, there's a little tag or something, 2 boxes. So pretend there was 100 red wire nuts, use 100 a month. So we would have 100 in a box and a box behind it with 100. And that second box is just a Kanban card. And then Ray will give me the 4x5 Kanban card, and it's easy to order it. And he's not allowed to call me, not allowed.
Well, for those of you that are interested in visiting Nate's shop, it's in California. Go check it out. I always try to give away a jar of jelly to every visitor. They're expired 10
years. 20 years old, but it's still damn good jelly.
I still offer it. No one ever seems to take it.
That's
the year I see you.
Yeah, and Nate brings up a good point, right? A system that works for you is what you should use, because if you don't like just because I use a specific app doesn't mean it's going to work for Shane, doesn't mean it's going to work for Nate, doesn't mean it's going to work for you. You have to know, we were just talking about on the call, you have to know your own limitations and abilities. If you're, a one-man show, do you need to be paying $500, $1,500 for an inventory app? Probably not, right? Realistically. So does paper work for you? Does a concubine card or whatever the fuck that is work for you? It doesn't matter. What do you do, Shane, for inventory?
We use a Google Sheet. We have a warehouse manager. So, inventory generally on the lighting side is super easy. With the problem with inventory for us is Christmas inventory. We have a system, right? As soon as we sell a job, we, make the tote and set it aside, whether it's scheduled for tomorrow or a month or 2 months from now. That way we immediately always know the inventory we have on our shelf is inventory we have on the shelf, not spoken for jobs that are 2, 3, 4 weeks out. And then we have a little Google spreadsheet and we go over it every week, see what we're low on.
There you go.
It works for us.
Systems,
it could be better, but it works.
Everything can always be better, right? We can optimize anything, but I see a lot of guys that, they can hear what we're talking about and they want to recreate that. And sometimes what we do won't specifically work for them. just like as Nate said, you have to have a system that works for you. If pen and paper and making binders work for you, that's a system. There's nothing that says you need an app to be a system. I just want to be very clear on that because so many calls about it.
So the other thing that you can do, and I like spreadsheets, I think we all do. So, a lot of times things, and I'll get back to, electrical, we'll just say. So, if I was wiring an apartment or a house and we had, a plug, everybody's got a plug, and a plug is, well, that plug took a plate, it took the plug, it took a box, it took ground crimps, it took a certain amount of wire, it took staples to hold the wire down. So, we called it an assembly. Everybody calls it an assembly probably. So you could have assembly bidding, and then you can have assembly inventory. So I know sometimes it's easier to track an assembly because it's comprised of 10 or 15 things than it is to track 15 items, right? So I know that I need to have matched inventory. So if I needed 100 of them, I need 100 boxes, 100 plugs, 100 plates, whatever it is, right? So sometimes it's easy to track an assembly.
Yeah, and I'll say like for our enhancers, right? Because we have the enhancer stem, we have the enhancer stake, we have the enhancer assembly, and then we have the enhancer cap, right? That can be 4 separate line items. For us, we do it. We keep the hats separate, but the rest is one item because hats we might change up depending on what style we're using. But good point. So with inventory and checking it, right? Keeping it consistent, checking it over so that you can order, or as Nate's saying, you can use Amazon. I'm sure there's other systems that do it where automatic reorders. You should pretty much be able to look at what you're buying, especially at Home Depot. They provide you a nice thing right online. You can go see what you're buying, when you're buying it, how much you're buying of it. Get those on reorders, repeat, and save yourself. I mean, this guy probably wastes a day a week. And that's legit. So how many days? That's 52 days a year flush down the toilet. And if you think you're not doing it, just because, I got a Home Depot near me, I guarantee you're wasting hours and hours by not being prepared with the little things.
And I don't know about anybody else, but every day is a marathon for me. I'm super busy, right? I get up early. I work really hard. I work 7 days a week. And that's, that I do. I work every single day, whether it's an hour or all day. So I get really perturbed. I'm trying to go to Home Depot, and one thing drives me crazy, hitting stoplights. That's the biggest waste of my life ever, hitting a goddamn stoplight. Then I go to Home Depot to buy something. Like you said, I got to grab a drill bit or something out of the Milwaukee thing. Every Home Depot everything's locked up now. You can't get anything, right? So now I got to wait for some dipshit to come by and unlock it. And then that guy doesn't even have the right key. He's got to get somebody else, right?
Oh yeah.
Beyond frustrating. Right. And I'm trying to get so many things done in that day. Right. And these little things drive me insane that waste my time.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Can't get back time.
I did it just the other day. I went to go swap out. We had plugged in to the guys, we're putting up direct burial in. Well, he didn't have in-use covers. I had the guys pick up some in-use covers. Well, they weren't the extended ones. So I get there, they don't work. And then I'm, this quick, because I had never done them this quick. So it should have been 10-minute job, swapping it out. I end up going to Home Depot. Literally took 2 hours to do this 10-minute job because I wasn't prepared. Right.
Yeah. No, God dang it. It'd be
Get
nice.
on it.
I mean, I learned a long time ago, and I forget, I'd have to think about who taught me it, but wasted time. Wasting time is the biggest impediment when it comes to making money or getting things done productively in production is wasted time. Right? Whether going back and forth to the truck 10 times, whether hitting stoplights, whether going to Home Depot, wasted time. And I remember when I talked to this guy a long, long time ago, he said in sales, we're off subject here a little bit, but it'll apply. When you really analyze how many times that you as a sales guy, so sales generate the income of the business, how many times are you face to face with a client trying to eke a job, right? 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours. So you're wasting all this other time, whether it be driving, windshield time, doing whatever, not closing a job, not face to face. Well, that's the same thing can apply to production on a job, right? How much time are you wasting in layout and not pre-planning, going to Home Depot? I mean, I'll bet you're lucky to get 65%, right, at best production out of overall, right? I bet you it's way smaller than you think.
Absolutely. Well, this is one of those fun topics. Maybe we'll talk about it. We have our Three Amigos training. Shane just had to go to a deadline job, so that's where he went. End of February, check out lightingtradeschool.com. It's going to be the Three Amigos. It's 3 days. Going to be jam-packed. It's going to be a lot of guys there. It's going to be fun, hands-on, small group. I say a lot of guys, but, 10, 20 guys, whatever it's going to be. Still that one-on-one attention that, you kind of expect from the Three Amigos. So I'm super pumped about it. Nate, you've got your house, you've got the training facility down there and everything, all ready to rock. I know we're only in October, but is things planned for it, or is it just ready to rock and roll?
Well, I mean, I always try to have it ready, but I'm always trying to improve it and do new things and add new techniques and lights. So no, I'm working on it almost, I'm not going to say daily, but I'm working on it weekly.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things, obviously, that I make notes on to where I want to improve myself and improve to the guys that come. So it's valuable to all of us. But I know it's getting close to being filled up. But getting back to productivity real quick, we learned this goddamn 40 years ago. There's always enough time to go back to the job the second time, but never enough time to do the job right the first time. So one of the things that we learned a long time ago was when you're sitting there and you're scheduling out a job, not only time wise, but obviously how much money you're going to make on every job, and then you got to start the next job, is when you have to go back to a job, whether it's because the guy forgot some stupid thing and has to go to Home Depot and stop by the job the next day, which takes 10 minutes, but it never does. It takes 4 hours. You can't make up that time. So, but there's always enough time to go back. Right. So getting the job done right the first time, right? Whether it means procedural right, correct, so it doesn't fail in 2 years, whether it means getting the right in-use cover so you don't have to go back, right? It's imperative to make money, because when you think about how do you make money, it's very few people understand this. Very few people. If you can save, let's just use a number of 10% on a job, which is nothing to save 10% as far as productivity, and you had a 2 or 3 man crew. Well, if you could save 10%, that will equate to 10% more jobs. So if that crew did 50 jobs a year, well, 10%, you now have done 5 more jobs in that year. So not only have you saved 10%, right, on insurance, gas, maintenance on the vehicle, labor, overhead, workman's comp, you just now gained an additional 5 jobs. So that 5 job is free in your pocket. So if you can save 15 or 20%, which I guarantee I can save everybody 15 or 20%, I just guarantee it overall, right? Well, now if it's 20%, I just made you a lot more money. And people don't understand that, right?
Yeah, it's more than just making that job take longer. There's that lost opportunity time, right?
Yeah.
You're not selling, you're not installing, you're not doing anything. It's a great point.
Huge.
All right. Well, I think this was a good one. We're going to talk probably next week more about productivity killers. Spend the Lighting Trade School. Captain Matt, Nate, the Illuminator, the Godfather.
All right, guys. We'll see you in a week. And everybody have, I guess, most of you guys do Christmas. Is that fair, Matt? Most of these guys do Christmas out there.
I imagine.
So I imagine, yeah. Anyway, we'll talk to everybody soon. And don't forget to go to Lighting Trade School and sign up for the trade school. We won't waste your time.
Sweet.